Hello, bug hunters. Welcome back to Hackdoor. Today we are diving deep into a tool called LinkFinder. As you can see on my screen, I have the GitHub page for this tool open. Now, LinkFinder is a Python tool which is super powerful for any bug hunter's toolkit. It will help you to identify the hidden endpoints in JavaScript files, which is very essential when you're looking for bugs. So LinkFinder is an open source Python script by Grebin Javado for extracting URLs, API paths, and parameters from JavaScript files. It is super lightweight, command line based, ideal for recon and uncovering hidden or forgettable endpoints which don't show up in classic scans. Okay, so right here you can see the GitHub page for LinkFinder. So all we need to do is to fire up our Kali Linux and quickly install it. So in this tutorial, I will also show you a demo scan as well as how to set up this tool in your Kali Linux. So just copy the git clone link here and let's go to a Kali image. Now let me increase the font size so that you guys find it more readable during my typing of commands. So all we need to do is basically git clone LinkFinder. Okay, so this will start the cloning process, and you can see if I do an ls, I have the LinkFinder folder, cd LinkFinder, and if you do an ls, you will see the Python script right here, but you'll also see a setup.py script. Now, the next thing that you need to do here is basically Python setup.py install. Okay, so this will install all the dependencies that are required by LinkFinder. So just copy this command and it should say, okay, for documentation, some errors. Okay, so basically why we are having this error is that we do not have write access to this directory maybe. So maybe I first need to sudo. So sudo su password, and then let's try to rerun the command. Voila. Now you can see that all the dependencies have been installed. Now comes how do we run a small scan on the system. So for this, I'm going to choose a website called demo.testfire.net. Okay, so we'll run a quick scan, although it has a lot of options for running scans, but I'm going to run a very quick scan. Okay, so if you want to run basically a single JS file scan, then this is the command. So this will run a scan on a single JS file. Okay, but in case you need to run a deep scan, then you can also specify some regular expressions. In this particular scenario, I'm going to take an example where I want to analyze an entire domain for its JS file. So this is the command python linkfinder.py -i, which is basically the target, and d for the deep scan of the domain. Okay, so we'll do an entire domain scan here. So let's copy this command, go back to our Kali. So here you can see the command. Now all I need to do is to add my example domain here, which is basically something I'm taking for the ethical purpose as a already vulnerable site out there for testing. So no issues if I run a JS scan here. So demo.testfire.net. Okay, so this is basically an intentionally vulnerable file. Okay, so just to show you how powerful this tool is and how you can find very interesting endpoints while doing your bug hunting, I'm going to take an example of this website. Okay, so now you can see here, okay, let me explain it to you. So you can see here the command executed and exited gracefully. Now you can see a browser window automatically popped up in front of me. Okay, let me just zoom in and show you. So it's basically saying this is the domain it has scanned and these are various endpoints. Okay, and the most interesting endpoint, if you just look down somewhere, you will find is basically this REST API. So you can see the URL is swagger/index.html. Okay, so if I go to this particular website, right? So let's copy this and let's see if we found any interesting endpoint. So you can see, okay, so this is an intentionally vulnerable application, but for our scenario to see, what specific endpoints we can get, let me copy this particular endpoint and append it to the URL. Looks good. And voila, you can see the Swagger page right here where you have all the API requests that are going, the different parameters that are going. You can try it out, right? And you can see the responses, and this exposes the entire application APIs. You can see login dates, transfers, feedback, and whatnot, right? So you can see how powerful this tool is. And you can feel free to run a similar scan on your system and find out if you can find some more interesting endpoints through JavaScript files. Okay, so basically, just to do a recap, LinkFinder is simple, fast, and effective in exposing hidden endpoints in JavaScript files. I would highly encourage you, if you're a bug hunter, to use LinkFinder as an integral part of your bug bounty recon phase, and you can feel free to combine it with API testing, fuzzing, and manual review. Now, if this helped you up in your recon game, please do hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and also click on the ring icon. Um, Also, let me know in your comments, like, if LinkFinder helped you, then what was your LinkFinder success story? So if you're up for any tweaks, tips on bug bounty, cybersecurity, do subscribe to our channel. Stay cyber sharp. See you in the next Hackdoor drop. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day, guys.